What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. Yesterday, I should have made bets, but I didn't get to the window with anything, so nothing really to report. Vino, I think you got to the window with at least one. It should have been a winner. So I'm thinking you had a good day yesterday. How you doing today?
I'm good, Skee. The W was good last night. Got there twice, two different plays. Won both of them. Picked up 5%. Had a 3 and a 2. The winner, um, the Aces team total over 91 was the 3% winner. Pretty easy second half. They were, Connecticut played them the way Connecticut's played a lot of teams all season long. Tough first half, fall apart second half. So that was easy. And what was even easier, probably should have been bet harder, was this Dream and Sparks over. I mean, some of the numbers from that game, Skee, the shooting numbers, as far as Atlanta's concerned, were crazy. But 124 points put up by the Dream. So it made my night real easy with those two WNBA plays. Football, lost a CFL game by half a point, played under 61 and a half, got to 62 for a small play. And I spoke with you after the show about a trend concerning the Houston Texans under DeMeco Ryans in the preseason. Last night, they were just about to be 11-1 under the total until 9 seconds left. The Raiders scored and pushed it over. So really good day for me as far as W was concerned. Like I say, 2-0, picked up 5%.
All right, let's see what we can do with today's slate. This one open we'll start with Valkyries and Sky. Opened up six. I'm sorry, let me get the opener. Opened up 6.5. Still looks like 6.5. Total opened up 163.5, and we'll call it 162.5 right now. Injury report. I forgot to refresh this, so just bear with me. Golden State, I don't see anybody. For Chicago, no Skyler, no Dejanay, and Koulibaly is game time decision. Um, Valkyries in that second spot. Any wins just like everybody else. Sky don't really have much to play for. Don't like that, you add Dejanay to the injury report, but I like more that you get Sydney Taylor back. Um, or that she's back in the lineup. It's tough. Valkyries have been good as favorites this season. And I know they need this game. How you see this one, Vino?
Yeah, well, we did just see it back in Golden State on the 12th, so 9 days ago. Golden State won by 20. In that game, Skee, just to point out the player swaps that we'll have in this game, in that one that night, and I remember us talking about maybe the rim protection for Golden State's going to be a little light. They didn't have Kia Stokes. They didn't have Janelle Salon. Still scored 91, still won by 20. For Chicago, they did not have Sydney Taylor. Fast forward to today, Salon and Stokes are back. Golden State's off a miserable offensive performance, a bad loss to Minnesota at home. And for Chicago, you get Sydney Taylor back, but you lose Carrington. So it's probably a bigger game for Golden State here. I think situationally, Chicago comes off a nice 93-point performance the other night against New York, but we've talked about how New York's defense has collapsed for the last 6 weeks or so. So no surprise that they were able to score there. They couldn't score on this team 9 days ago. And again, it was without Sydney Taylor. But if you put 2 and 2 together from a totals perspective, Skee, you lose defense on the Chicago end in Dejanay Carrington, and you gain offense with Sydney Taylor. On the other side, they're probably furious off of that loss the other night because I think they really did want to show Minnesota that they belong, and they didn't. And they're fully healthy. I think Golden State's probably the right side. I feel if I had to play total, I might look over because it could be a little bit easier for Golden State to score here. And I think there's some bounce back in Golden State's offense. Again, if you go through the box and the numbers that they posted against the Lynx, they were horrible. Generally, they shoot better than that. I do remember a quote from Natasha Cloud about 3 weeks ago where she said, Dejanay makes our defense different. She's not there tonight to make that defense different. The offense might be different with Sydney Taylor, so that's why I pointed a little bit toward over. But I think preference here would be to play Golden State side -6.5, and maybe even Golden State first half, just because I think that fire will be there from the outset for the Valkyries.
Jeff Buff says sandwich spot with Minnesota on deck again for Golden State. Tough game plus 6 seems like a lot on the road. I mean, Golden State still needs to win this game. It's not like they can just forget about this game and only think about the next game. That's not the situation that Golden State is in. I hear what you're saying. I think it's I would think that way more for Minnesota than Golden State today. That's what I'm trying to say. He also said Skee looked so happy today. His girl had a stellar game last night. One, I'm far from happy today. So if I look happy, I'm doing a good job of hiding how I really feel right now. But she definitely, Angel Reese definitely had a great game last night. All right. Next, Lynx and Mystics. This one opened up 6.5, I believe, and it's down to 2.5. Where did the total open? Total opened 166, and I'm seeing it as low as 163.5. Injury report here. Nobody on the injury report for Washington. Um, Fee is out this game. You do have Olivia Miles probable. She did, go down late in that last game, and she came back to the bench, although she didn't go back in. But listed as probable. Looks like it might not be too serious. Um, yeah, this is. I mean, we just talked about it. Could be a look ahead spot for the Lynx. Lynx been on the road for quite a while. I know that as well. And Mystics have been pretty good as home dogs. Plus 2.5 is pretty much just asking them to win. You know, I said it yesterday, that 3 through 8 spot, it's not separated by many games. And Mystics are one of those teams in that range. I would think that this game means more to them than the Lynx. I think that they can win this game. What do you think, Vino?
Yeah, and boy, you would have loved to be there for the opener, Ski, rather than what they've bet it down to. I mean, +6.5 down to 1.5 or 2. A lot of Washington money, maybe for various reasons, but obviously the biggest because Nafisha Collier isn't in the game. I kind of agree, and I'll go back to the comment about sandwich spot. If you're Golden State, look ahead to Minnesota. I think what I'm going to kind of reiterate your point. You look at Chicago and say, hey, this is a game we can win. We better win this one because we might not beat Minnesota. You don't want to have 3 losses in a row. So the Chicago one, to me, carries a lot of emphasis. Whereas, again, sandwich spot, which shows you that you have to put all these things in context. If you want to use that for this game, you could say Minnesota's just not taking this one as serious. Resting Collier, maybe to get her ready for the next game against Golden State. Again, Minnesota, the rest of their players will be ready to go, but Washington is a far tougher opponent with a lot more to play for than the Chicago Sky. So I think 2 sandwich spots, 2 very, very different contexts applied to each. I have a hard time knowing what to make of the Minnesota defensive effort the other night, Ski. In my opinion, Minnesota's defensive effort against Golden State was like they came out with a playoff mentality. And I don't know that that's going to extend here tonight. Minnesota hasn't been a real good defensive team for most of the season. So to slip back a little against Washington here wouldn't surprise me if Washington gets to score some. For Minnesota, it's the second straight game playing against a snail's pace team. You just played Golden State. They don't get up and down the floor. You're going to play Washington. They certainly don't get up and down the floor. But they do beat you up inside, which is a little different than Golden State. So a lot of things here would point towards Washington. The only thing I would say is that, the price has just gotten away from me here now at this point. So I don't think I would I don't think I would be on their side, even though it's a preferred role for them here. Can't see a good way to play the total. So this one I left alone.
I mean, you're missing a lot of size for this Minnesota team, especially with Fee out. Washington, They have size.
They'll kill you in there. They'll kill you in there.
I don't know. I think this is a pretty good matchup here for the home team. All right. Next game, Fire and Tempo. This one opened up -1.5. Looks like -2.5. Total came down from 186.5 down as low as 182. Injury report, I see Mabry, Sabali, and Conde out. For Portland, I don't see anybody on the injury report. This Portland defense is not good. This Toronto defense is not good. But for whatever reason, Toronto's defense has been a little bit better, at least at home. Maybe this team's, you know, maybe the travel takes a little bit of offense away going over there to Canada. I don't know. For whatever reason, the games have been lower scoring for the Tempo at home. Now you take out Marina Mabry. I mean, that's the whole offense. I know you get Sykes back, but Mabry's everything for his Tempo team. So I agree with the total coming down. Um, I'll be playing this one as an under. And if I'm looking at a side, I mean, how many games have the Tempo lost in a row? I'm not catching a falling knife. It would be Portland or under. What do you think here, Vino?
Kind of a weird start time here for Toronto, 10 o'clock East, but I think it's done for TV because they needed a doubleheader and they had three, either Eastern or Central time zones. But I just watched Toronto give up points so easily. Skee, and to Portland's credit, they've scored 99 and 97 against them in 2 games this year. They're almost getting to 100 against this side. And the other night against Washington, even the Washington head coach had the comment, Sidney Johnson, man, it's good to see like Georgia Moore make some threes. It's good to see people make some. Yeah, because you're playing Toronto and everybody makes shots against Toronto. Portland, since the break, has pushed it up to the point where they're the fourth fastest team in the league. And when I watch them, that seems to be what they want to do now. Just get up and down, shoot threes, don't play any defense. Toronto, last 7 games, 1, 2. No, wait a minute. 1, 2. Scratch that, Skee. I'm going to go back here. They have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 1, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 of their last 16 games have been against teams over 500. Now they get Portland. Mabry might be out, but I think they can score enough against this defense. I like the fact that they pushed the total way down the way they did. I think that's good for this particular matchup, which should be very fast-paced, which should be high-scoring. Toronto games, even against those 15 teams over 500, have games where they score really well, and the opponent certainly scores well. So for me, it would be over. We'll have a little bit of a disagreement on that one, but I do think Toronto-Portland finds their way up and over this number. 186.5 might have been a little bit too high, but now all the way down to 181.5 in some spots, I think is a good spot to jump in.
Jamrock Kick says they are playing in a different venue as well. I mean, I didn't catch that, so I just want to double check. They're not playing their normal arena tonight. Vancouver, BC. So they're playing in Vancouver tonight. I don't know. Different.
Quicker trip for Portland.
I'm not the geography expert. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that alone. Jeff says I'm with Rob. Didn't agree with the move to the under. Two of the worst teams defensively in the league. I mean, neither team plays defense. Looks so easy. Just go take the over, right? But that thing is just falling. I don't know. Jeff says he's on the over. He's with you, Vino.
All right. Let's go, Jeff.
All right, that's the 3 games for today. Go ahead and do the usual stuff we do. We do have the 2-for-1 3-day all access. You can get every play from Vino and myself for only $69. If you prefer to pick just one of us, same $69 will get you 6 days. So a couple different ways to get involved there. Vino, I'm gonna pass to you now. Ask you if there's anything else you would like to promote. Um, and if you have a best bet, people would love to hear it. If not, it's all good.
Well, we only have one play for clients today, Ski. So I'll skip on the best bet portion of the show. I will just say that it is another football weekend, guys. So the 6 for 3, at least in my case, where I'm dealing with CFL and NFL, you'll get plays from all three sports this weekend. I am so glad to be able to carry the load for our twin package one day this week last night and not have to say that, that bum Vino lost again and Skee's carrying us. But it was nice last night. I think the game that I played tonight is a solid play. So my stuff is up and available, wagertalk.com, but no best bet for the show. So we'll see if this gets over half a best bet or not. We'll see.
Yeah, yesterday I mentioned that I had 5% lined up, and I said if you guys want to get involved early, it's up and ready. It's not up anymore. Um, I guess there's rules and regulations, and it has to come down, even if I think it's still gonna win. So, um, I guess you just gotta use listening skills today. Either that or sign up for an all access package to get that one. But I do have a 5% that I'm pretty sure it's getting to the window today. Vino, always great to do the show with you. Helps my process 1000%. Chat, we appreciate you all as well. It's Friday, no shows over the weekend, so best of luck on all of your action, and we will catch you guys again on Monday.